Hey, what's going on, guys? Andrew here, and today we're going to be talking about some new information that came out from NIO. We had some price upgrades. We had an interview with William Li, the CEO, and he said some really important stuff, so we're going to go over that today. And real quick before we get into that, a lot of you guys are going to be new to my channel because of this recent surge we've had in the past few days due to my last video going pretty much viral for me. So if you guys are new here, we do stock trading and investing ideas. We do news on stocks that I'm interested in, such as NIO, and we also do technical analysis, and we create watch lists every week. So if you like that, make sure you subscribe, make sure you stick around, and let's get right into the video. So the first thing we're going to be talking about is NIO got a bunch of price upgrades this weekend. First coming from B of A or Bank of America, and that's going to be the price target of $70. So it's actually almost reached that this morning. It got close to 66, but this is one of the many price upgrades. We're going to go over a few of them next. We also had JP Morgan upgrade their price target to $75, along with a couple other banks, as well as one upgrading to $100, so that's pretty insane. Now I was browsing through Twitter and I also found some CNBC footage of today where Cramer talks about NIO on how he thinks it's going to be the next Tesla.
What's going to happen is a real challenge to Tesla. Now, if the market grows from 2 to 3% EV to 10% EV, as a lot of people think, there's plenty of room for both, but this has really captured the younger person. They trade this thing like a banshee. I got to tell you, Carl, people think NIO, which when you take a look at where it's come from, it is the next Tesla, and the next Tesla has been probably something that is the greatest search that the younger people have embarked on, and they think they found it in NIO. Yeah, I had a discussion.
So it's definitely good to see that Cramer is bullish on the stock, and it's nice that he's promoting it on TV. So the next thing that we're going to be looking at is the interview with the CEO of NIO, William Li, and he said a bunch of key and important things in this video that we're going to go over.
The pricing of the sedan, it's close to about $70,000 before subsidies, so almost twice the price of a Tesla Model 3. Are you concerned at all about the pricing? Are you comfortable with the pricing at this level?
从我们来讲，我们一直非常清楚。
We are always very clear about our target user groups. For example, the price of our ET7 is similar to the ones of the best-selling midsize or full-size sedans in China, like BMW's 5 Class, Audi A6, Mercedez-Benz E-Class. Their sales numbers are at around 10,000 cars per month. Our strategy for the Chinese market is to provide better products and service at a similar price of gasoline cars.
So what Mr. Li said there I think is super important when people are making the comparison with Tesla and NIO. They're not selling to the same audience. They aren't trying to do the same thing. Tesla is trying to make as many vehicles as possible, and they're trying to push it out for the lowest price. NIO is clearly trying to create a luxury vehicle, and they want to get it out to the public, and they want the users to have the best experience. That's what we can see with NIO Life. They're trying to develop something outside of their cars, and they're trying to develop a connection with their users and with people who buy their cars. So he's made it really clear in this interview that they're trying to go the luxury vehicle route, and they're not directly trying to compete with Tesla. Now this interview kind of goes with something this article that came out last night said, where they're interviewing Mr. Li, and he said, as EV technologies advance and battery cost lowers, it is possible that we may enter the massive market, but definitely not with the NIO brand. So this is further telling us that they are going for the luxury type of car with NIO, but this is also super big for investors because he understands that they want to get into the massive market, but it could be under a different brand. So NIO is going to be branded out as a luxury vehicle. They are going to connect with customers. They're going to not massively produce like Tesla, but they're also going to produce quality vehicles, and they're going to sell it at a premium. Now this is really important in understanding the future of NIO and the NIO brand itself, and of course of the CEO's mindset when it comes to producing in the masses and eventually going to be delivering numbers. But of course he wants to stay that luxury vehicle, and my guess is once they get enough battery swap stations, enough batteries to accommodate for a massive push in production, then they might branch off and start a new brand that's going to push those massive numbers. Now, this is all great news for NIO, but it's not even the best news that came out today. So the interviewer in the Bloomberg interview also asked Mr. Li a question about European expansion and expansion as a whole to compete with Tesla. And this is something we've been waiting for. If you checked out my last video, I wanted to see that during NIO Day, but it wasn't expected to be announced during that time. And we got an update on it in this interview.
William, can you update us on your international expansion plans? What are your priority markets and what is the time frame that we're looking at?
We have clear plans to enter the European market this year. We will gain experience from a specific country and region to understand how to meet the needs of local users, how to introduce NIO's community culture to different countries. From this perspective, we still have work to do.
Now, this is huge news for NIO because we never got any real confirmation or a timeline for when they were going to be expanding into Europe, and we just got it in this interview, so that's huge. And I think it's really interesting that he said that they're going into a specific country in order to understand and adapt to spread their culture into different countries. And maybe that country is going to be Norway, because we've talked about this before. There's a LinkedIn screenshot of job offerings from NIO in Norway, so maybe that's going to be the country. We're going to have to figure it out, but the fact that he gave us a time frame, which is going to be this year, is super nice, and it's really good confirmation for us and really good for investors. And of course, when we look at the price today, NIO touched almost $68, and it gapped up about 10% pre-market, so NIO investors are really happy. It seems like everybody wants to buy NIO after they saw NIO Day, and I do too, of course, but even though I'm already in, I want to add more, and hopefully we'll be able to get into that position. But I still think that we're going to hit 100 this year due to the new announcement of European expansion, and of course possibly having more production and having another brand that produces the mass cars for a lower price. So we're going to have to see where this plays out for the next few weeks, but personally I think everybody's trying to hop on the train right now, and I think we're going to continue most likely into the 70s next week. So what are your guys' price targets for NIO this year? I personally think we're going to hit the triple digits mark, maybe even more. There's a lot of hype around the stock, and it's well deserving, and the expansion into Europe is going to be huge. And if you haven't already, make sure you check out my most recent video. It was on NIO Day and everything that was revealed. Other than that, guys, I am out. I will see you guys in the next video.